am I going to do that in the middle?
There's one in the middle, isn't there?
But now, just how safe am I riding around with the two of you?
I didn't see it, but I had hit a cow, and so, yeah, a cow. It was in the road.
Yeah. Come on, we're switching places.
Switching places?
Yeah, I'm not riding around the guy that can't see a big thing as a cow in the middle of the road. There you go. This is better.
Well, this is just rude. Well, it's called drive, Danny. Put it in drive.
I'm just driving a standard
Drive neutral gets you nowhere. I'll get beyond that this has hurt my feelings.
Okay.
And that this is rude.
I feel much better.
But you're alive.
Because it was green and I
That
had
don't
to ride
always
away.
matter.
Dessie, I just silvered my own business.
Like you always do.
Always do.
It's an amazing project to think that
There's
kids.
a truck pulling out in front of you.
See, I'm gonna stop and let this guy out. Come on out there, young man.
I think he might be going.
That's the way we do it around here.
Yeah.
See?
We're courteous.
Well, I appreciate you not ramming into
And
me.
he waved.
Yeah,
so
I
I'll
did.
wave back.
See?
Well, welcome back to our second episode of the On the Road with Danny and Robert. We're here to talk about something special. And we have a special guest in our seat today. So, Danny, if you
Today
would
we've
mind.
got Miss Dessie Bowling with us. She's the associate director here at KVIC and largely responsible for me being here too. And Dessie and I have worked together on the Build It Forward tiny house project, and we'll let Dessie talk a little bit about that.
Yeah, well, she gets the joy of getting to ride with us today, Danny.
That's true, and I am so glad that you all have invited me to come on this road trip with you guys. But now, just how safe am I riding around with the two of you?
Well, now there's no guarantee here. You know, from
Well,
what I've ridden with this guy the last time with no incident.
Yeah, well,
But you know, I referred to him as a flatlander last time, and he does like to drive over kind of in the middle of the road.
well, you know, I've never had an accident. No one's ever been hurt. Well, there was one time, though, no person was hurt, but we were driving along from a hiking trip, a buddy and me, and, you know, I didn't see it, but I had hit a cow, and
Okay.
so, yeah, a cow. It was in the road.
Cow.
And so as I'm going through, you know, hit it, and then, you know, next thing I know, there's this big head of this cow hitting in front of my truck or my car, and I do a few donuts, and then we flip and we turn upside down in this ditch. And my friend, as we're hanging upside down, of course, I make
What
sure
are we
he's.
doing here?
I might have to rethink that.
Well, you know, as we're sitting upside down in my car, he looks over at me. He goes, "Dude, you just hit a cow." I said, "Yeah." I said, "But are you okay?" He goes, "I'm fine, but you just hit a cow." And I said, "Well, you know, I hope the cow's okay." So, fortunately, there were some people there who had seen the incident, and they ran over and opened, got the
So
cars,
we,
and unlatched us, and.
We might be in trouble here.
Did it kill the
Dessie.
cow?
No, it did not kill the cow. The irony, though, I was student teaching at the time, and this one of my students said, "Were you in an accident yesterday, Mr. Brown?" I said, "Yes, I was." They said, "You hit one of our cows." I said, "Is it okay?" He goes, "Well, it's got one horn less than it did yesterday." So the cow was living. No animals were hurt except for the headache, of course, that it went through and the loss of its horn. But we're going to be
This
driving.
doesn't look good, Dessie. I mean, here we are riding around this guy that number one, he ain't from around here. Number two, he's a flatlander, drives in the middle of the road.
Yeah.
He didn't know what a switchback was the last time we came, that we rode, and now here he's not
Driving
seeing as
us
big a
around.
thing as a cow in the middle of the road.
But
Why
now,
don't you pull over right over here a minute, Robert?
well, you need something?
Yeah,
Okay.
pull over right over here.
All right.
My goodness.
Well, you want a drink or?
No. Let's,
I want to get out right here. Okay, well, if you go get a drink, get us one, because we're
I'm a little
thirsty.
bit thirsty.
come on, we're switching places.
Switching places.
Yeah, I'm not riding around the guy that can't see a big thing as a cow in the middle of the road.
Robert, just get out and let Danny drive. He does have his CDL license, you know.
Let me drive. There you go. This is better.
Well, this is just rude. Guys happy now?
I'm glad. Yeah, you put the fear in me there a little bit. You know, a cow.
It too, Dessie.
Oh,
You know,
I am
a
happy.
dog or a squirrel maybe, but a cow. It's like, my goodness. We
And tore its horn off?
tore his horn
Oh
off.
my God.
I don't know. That's I feel a little better, don't you?
I do too,
I
because
feel a
you've
lot
been
better.
responsible for kids on a school bus.
I'll
I
tell
certainly
you,
felt
the
responsible.
last video we made, it's like I wondered about what I was doing there, but I feel better now.
Well, it's called drive, Danny. Put it in drive.
I'm used to driving a standard.
Drive neutral gets you nowhere.
I was over here reaching for the clutch.
Now see that. Now,
Real
Dessie,
man drives a standard shift, you
Dessie,
see.
how safe do you feel?
Well, I
Man
feel
can't
safe.
drive standards or automatic shift. Oh, gee.
But he does have his CDL.
So,
license,
all right.
so he's-
I do.
Yeah.
All right, so I'll get beyond that this has hurt my feelings
Okay.
and that this is rude.
I feel much better.
But you're alive.
But Dessie, for the sake of those watching, where are we going? What are we going to see?
Well, we're going to go up and look at some of the tiny houses that our students have done and show the viewers what those look like and show them all these good things that kids can do when they're building tiny homes.
So this is amazing. So I know on HDTV, I've seen these tiny house projects and things like that. So is this similar to what these kids are doing that we see on that cable network?
Notice how I checked both ways before I crossed the road here?
Yes.
I know you were looking straight ahead a while ago.
Because it was green and I had
That don't
the right
always
of way to
matter.
go straight ahead.
Big truck comes along here, you might ought to look both ways.
Dessie, I just silver my own business.
Like you always
I always do.
That's
And this
right.
is what I get
know.
from this.
I feel much better right now. So,
Well, let me tell you more about our Building It Forward project.
yeah, tell us a little bit about how the grant worked to start that process. And this was Dessie's idea. She came up with this, her and Jeff Hawkins, the other director of KVEC. But tell us a little bit about how that process works.
Well, we had been working some with college and career readiness, and so one of the groups that we worked a lot with was our vocational school students. And so when we went in, we knew that the principals and the teachers, they could do such great things. These kids were learning so much, but they were building on a small scale. So we thought, what could we do to help them learn how to build something and see it from start to finish and see something that had a real purpose. And these tiny homes are going to, people live in them, so they do have a real purpose. And we brought the principals together and we talked to them about how that would fit into a career pathway. And so the vocational school principals were really excited about having this opportunity to have kids design these tiny homes and then build them. And so we got involved with that. In the first year we had 3 because that was all the money we had. So we had those 3, and I think it was just amazing. Danny was actually the principal at the Knott County Vocational School at that time, and we started that project in August, and then we completed it in April when we pulled those up to the fire summit. And just to see those kids show those homes to other people and to other students and tell them about what they had learned, it was really good.
That's awesome. Okay.
It's an amazing project to think that
There's
kids.
a truck pulling out in front of you here.
See, I'm gonna stop and let this guy out. Come on out there, young man.
I think he might be going to
That's the way we do it around here.
Yeah.
See,
We're courteous.
Well, I
right.
appreciate you not ramming into
And he
it.
waved.
Yeah.
So
He
I
did.
waved back.
See?
That's good. So when these kids built that, how was that different as far as, I know sometimes when we were in school or whatever, we would have a project at vocational school working on either just a wiring project or maybe we had to build a closet or whatever. How is that different now than what we're used to seeing?
I think, and Danny can add to this, but whenever we were looking at the works that they were doing prior to this project, you would have automotives and kids doing welding, you would have carpentry, kids doing plumbing, but they were all doing it at an individual pace.
Yeah.
And so this project brought that group together, so they became a construction crew. And so they all working together, and I think that was different than what you all had done in the past.
Yeah, this project ties it all together. In other words, instead of just a kid hooking up a switch and a light, Well, they got to hook up the breaker box, all the wiring, all the receptacles, and it's going to be something that's permanent. This thing's going to be lived in and hopefully forever. So it's got to be done correctly. It's got to be done according to the code. It's a complete project, and to be able to think that kids are getting an opportunity to do this complete project, electrical, carpentry, plumbing, and all those combined is just amazing. And for Dessie to have the idea of that to begin with is just amazing. That and now that we get the opportunity for these kids to build these.
Oh wow, I see some.
So we have a couple tiny houses on site here right now. We're actually going to stop and take a look at one of these right here.
These are amazing.
Well, and another good thing is that then they're all different, and so it was just amazing then I think to see all the different things that these kids incorporated.
Right, and like she said, the thing that's really neat about it is the school's giving this grant money, and then the students and the teachers get together and come up with a design, and they're all different. They have different siding, they have different floor plans. It's all different. That's what I think's really amazing about it is to see the creativity of the schools as they come together to complete this project.
Well, this is awesome. Let's get inside. But there's a question I want to answer after we get in as you're going through these. So they built these. Then what happens with them now that they're done? So let's think about that when we're in there.
But the good thing is we didn't hit a cow on the way back. So see here, I got us here safe.
We're safe.
We did not hit one cow.
No cow.
Yes, exactly.
So we got 4 of these here. Starting over here, this one was built by Knott County last year. This one was Breathitt County. And as you can see, there are the differences in the design. It's pretty neat.
And this one is Knott County's 3rd project. And I don't know if you can see over here beyond that tree, but that was the 1st year, and we kept that one because whenever we would talk to people in the community and to local businesses about kids possibly building tiny houses, they said, oh, that's not possible in that 1 year span. And we said, well, we think it is. So they built that one first, and then their second one actually had a Murphy bed in it.
Oh, okay.
Most of these that you'll see will have a loft in them, but they did a Murphy bed in that one, and I thought that was really, really neat. And then this 3rd year, they've stepped it up a little bit, and this one has solar panels on top.
Oh, does it?
Yeah.
It's got 4 panels on top, and the batteries in the front right here.
Okay.
And so these have been sold, and then this one here, this one was built by the Breathitt County students, and the same person bought both of these, and his daughter is actually going to live in this one in Lexington. She's in pharmacy school, so they're getting ready to take both of these to Lexington for students to live in.
Oh, that's awesome.
She's going to paint some flowers on this one and make it
make it
a
her
flower
own.
child house.
Make it her own.
So,
yeah, I noticed that one has steps on it. Can we go in that one?
we can.
Okay.
Okay. This is a home that's built by Ashland Paul Blazer School last year, and their 1st year build actually. And but this is just typical design of what you can see once these homes are completed. They're very livable right out of the gate.
And this one was sold to a buyer that didn't want the stove in it, and so because they wanted to do some of the design themselves, and they were actually going to pull this one. It's going to Arizona, and this young couple, they have no children, and the young lady is getting ready to start medical school in Arizona. She's going to begin there in March, and so they're taking this one there, and they wanted to do a little bit of the design themselves so that they could have a little bit more space.
Very livable. Most of it is just hand-built, hand-created. For example, this countertop's wider than a normal
You get over and explain since you've done these.
because of the fender that goes under here. They scooted the cabinets out in front of this fender behind here, so therefore they have to order a special countertop that's a little wider than that.
All right.
And that's the route they chose. Everybody chooses a different route, seems like, but they use quality materials. This is all oak wood inside this one, and you can tell the students took a lot of interest in this project, that they've got all the trim in place, and the teachers have worked real well with them.
So the lofts and things, what were these multi-purpose? What's the main purpose of these lofts?
Well, it's a lot of tiny houses you'll see will have a loft sleeping area. And you know, some people don't like that, some do, but I'd say the majority have a loft for sleeping purposes. Plus, you can use this other end for storage. This is a really big loft in this one, so it's got some room on the end, could be used for storage. As is all the underneath the couch is all storage. Those doors lift up for storage. You have storage here in the stairs. So I think that's a key when these teachers try to design one of these. It's like you got to maximize every cubic feet of space inside this thing, and you want to utilize all of it.
Now there's a door there. What's do that door?
This is actually what they call a pocket door. It slides inside the wall, into the wall, to save space, because if you have to open the door, then it takes up room. So a lot of tiny houses will use they call it a pocket door. Door just slides in the wall, therefore it's not in the way when it swings open for anything.
All of the homes have a unique story. I think that so all of these, we now have homes from Pismo Beach, California, to Fort Eustis, Virginia, and that's probably one of the best stories. Is that soldier from Kuwait and his wife that came and bought one, because he has been deployed overseas, and so now he's coming back and he's going to be stationed at Fort Eustis in Virginia, and so they're going to be living there.
He's already asleep.
Well, can you get over that?
Had more to you stand, doesn't he?
How many of these little trips do you have to take with him?
I don't know. This is number 2. I think we'll just leave him.
Well, I think you might ought to do the driving from now.
Let's leave him.
Let's leave him. Be real quick.
6.5 hours later.
Dessie? Danny?